So we're gonna build travelersgifts.com from zero. So you're going to be learning about domains, hosting, WordPress, WooCommerce, and every other related stuff. So if you do not know what those terms mean, then it's okay, because we are going to learn one by one. And furthermore, we are going to learn about being an Amazon affiliate. So we do not own any of the products physically here, because we import products from Amazon.com and we direct consumers to the Amazon and they pay a percentage for each sale. So if you want to build your own shop with your own physical products, then you're going to learn how to do that. But if you want to know more about Amazon affiliates, then you're going to learn it as well. So let's get started. Okay, so first step to create our e-commerce store is to create a website. So we have to set up domain and hosting for our website. So if you do not know what domain is, a domain is actually the address of the website. So google.com is a domain, amazon.com is a domain name. So we have to find domain name for our website, and we need some hosting to host our files, folders, images, products, and everything in a server. So we have to set up a domain and a hosting. In order to do this, you can go to Google actually, and you can search for hosting domains. So you will see there are a lot of options regarding the hosting and domains. So we have lots of services like GoDaddy.com, oneandone.com, HostPoint, Bluehost, and everything. So you are free to choose your own service for domain and hosting, but I will use one and only the famous GoDaddy.com. This is one of the biggest domain and hosting services in the world. Some people hate it, some people loves it, but it's really actually one of the simplest way to build a website. So this course's main purpose is to teach you how to build your own e-commerce store, and it's one of the easiest way to do it, so I will use GoDaddy in our case. So if you go to the GoDaddy.com, you will see immediately a search domain section here. So if you have any idea of what your e-commerce site will be about, so you can start searching for domains here. So maybe at this point you do not have the utmost, the final idea of your e-commerce store, but in order to be able to follow and execute the things that you will learn through the sections, you need to build a website. And in order to do that, I really recommend that you can come up with an idea just for now and buy that domain for your own and buy your hosting at the same time, and then afterwards you can use that previously bought hosting to host more domains afterwards. So I really suggest you guys to think about for a moment about your idea and come up with an idea, and we will see in the next lecture how to search for domains and buy them. So I hope you get an idea right now so that we can build on it. So my exemplary idea on this course will be about gifts for traveling people, so gifts for travelers. So I can just type here giftsfortravelers.com and start to search for alternatives for our domain, but we have actually a tool for that. We can go to Google again and search for keyword tool, and the first result that pops up is a keywordtool.io. So we can go to here and search for our idea, and we can see what people actually search for on Google about that idea or any other google.com or any other Google website here. So I can say like gifts for travelers here, and if I hit on enter, I will see that people searches for this on Google when they are trying to find some gifts for traveling people. Okay, and then I can just find an idea about my domain here, and if I just find a perfect match like gifts for traveler to Europe.com, it will generate a good traffic to my website because people are actually searching for these exact keywords here. It doesn't need to be necessarily the same thing or the exact same thing in here, but I think this key tool will give you an idea about it. Okay, like can search for traveler gifts here, and let's see, gift for traveler gifts. Actually, let's try that. And I don't see anything shorter the better, I think. So let's just let's close this mail. Let's just try travelers gifts here. And hit on search domain, and you can see the travelersgifts.com is actually available, and it's only $2.99 for a year. So it says it is only $3 if you register for 2 years. So it says the first year is $3 and the second year is actually $15. So it will add up to $18 for 2 years, and it is less than $10 per year, and I think it's a pretty good deal. And you can actually go to the other domain services and domain websites, and you will see that $10 per year is kind of a standard in this case. So if you try to buy a domain, you will likely to get it like a 10 years per year. So I think it's a pretty good deal, and I will select it. and I don't need any other website domains like travelergifts.info, travelergifts.org. If you wish to buy any of these, you may choose to do so, but I'm fine with this right now. So I will continue to my cart here, and it will ask privacy protection from me, and it's saying that it's $8 per year, and it's actually an optional feature. This is to protect your personal information from other people searching for this domain, and if other people searches for this domain and they will see that it is bought, and they will see my name and my other public information. If I do not buy this privacy protection, I will choose to buy it, but you can just ignore it, and you can say no thanks. It won't affect our course, it won't affect our setup for our e-commerce store, but it will just protect our personal information. Since I have too many websites actually online, I always choose to protect my privacy, so I will keep it like this. And this one is important. Now we have arrived at hosting zone. So let's stop the actual lecture here because it will get too long, and continue with the next one. Okay, now we have chosen our domain name and we have chosen our privacy option. Now we have arrived at hosting options. Now you can just skip the hosting section and buy your hosting from somewhere else, and you may choose to buy your from domain from one website and buy your hosting from other. It doesn't matter. You can just you can do whatever you want with your domain once you bought it, but I will just use GoDaddy.com again in order to keep things simple, because it's much easier that way. But again, you can choose any other services you want to use for your own hosting uh, preferences. So we have two options here. One is a website builder. It's actually run on Windows operating system, and it's a Linux web hosting here, and it's run on Linux. So we will choose the Linux one because we will use the features of Linux web hosting. Okay, so you can say no thanks, but you will see that there are other options here. So if you choose the economy one, it is $5 per month and it's $60 per year. So it will give you hosting for one website, and it will give you 100 GB disk space. This is the disk space for storing your files, folders, images, everything, and it will give you an unlimited bandwidth. Bandwidth is the capacity to actually attracting traffic on your website. You can think bandwidth as like that, and it will give you 100 email addresses. So I have chosen travelersgifts.com, so I can set up an email like info@travelersgifts.com or my name at travelersgifts.com and everything, and it will give you a 10 databases. So if I choose Deluxe, it will give you an unlimited websites. So in the previous lectures, I have told you that it will not be your final website necessarily. So you can just come up with an idea right now, and if you choose this deluxe option here, it will give you an unlimited website option. And if you change your mind about your domain, or if you just want to build more than one e-commerce shop or more than one website later, you can just buy the domain for $10 a year, and you can use this hosting option in here. And this is an ultimate option, and it will give you a free premium DNS, and it will give you a free SSL certificate. This is a secure certificate. So if you know what you are doing, and if you are really serious about launching a series of e-commerce store with secure way of doing that, you may choose to buy Ultimate, but I recommend you guys to buy this middle one. It's actually $72 per year. It can look like a little bit expensive to you right now, but if you are really serious about opening your own e-commerce shop or opening your own blog, any WordPress kind of stuff, I really suggest you guys to buy this one. Okay, and you do not have to buy this email address anymore, because if you choose to buy a hosting, it will give you free anyway. So after you complete all your options here, just click on this one, continue with these options. And let's close the Amazon and our keyword tool. So you have here your hosting, okay, and email is for free, and you have here your domain name, and it's for 2 years, and I have already chosen to make my domain private for a year. So if I want to, I can add another domains for a discounted rate. And there is an option here, search engine visibility, and it may look like that if you do not add this to the cart, your website will not be visible to the Google, Yahoo, or Bing, and it's actually not correct, because it's just a tool to help you build a more SEO, search engine optimization friendly websites, but it's not mandatory for Google to scan and crawl to your website and index your website. So I will just skip it and go on to the checkout. So let's stop here before it gets too long and continue with the next lecture. Okay, now let's check for a final time before we proceed to checkout and register for GoDaddy and pay our final products. It just adds up to $187, but I think it should have been like something like less than $100 because we have just bought a hosting. It was supposed to be like $72 and the domain was supposed to be $15. So I think I just added something that we did not want, and it just says, are you sure? And this is what actually we have wanted, Linux hosting with cPanel, sorry, but we didn't want this business website builder package, right? So we can just remove this. So we want just this domain name, travelersgifts.com, and yes, this hosting, and yeah, we just bought the privacy for our domain for $15, and it just adds up to $100. So yes, this is correct. So I can just now proceed to the checkout. So I have already a GoDaddy account here, but I will create another one to show you how it's done. So I will just enter my email here, and I will choose a username and a password here, and I will choose a support pin which will consist of 4 different letters here, numbers here, and you will use this support pin if you need a support from GoDaddy, and I believe you will in the future for any purpose, so it's better for you to remember that. So just click on create an account. Okay, now it asks for your name, last name, and your personal information, and later on payment information. So just I will pause the video here and give me my personal information, and after that I will just give me my payment information, and I will click on continue. So after you click on continue, it will take you to the final stage where you will choose the place your order option here, and you will place your final order, and it will buy the domain and hosting for you. So your credit card will be built once you clicked on this button. So make sure you have the correct information for the last time. So place your order. And okay, so now the order has been submitted and we are ready to use our hosting and domain name from now on. So let's stop here and continue with setting up our domain and hosting in the next lecture. Okay, once you created your order and both your domain and hosting, now you are ready to set up your domain and your hosting. So just click on domain name here, and it will take you to the domain name section here, and you can just start to build your website. So click on build here, and it will ask if you want to buy a website builder, or if you want to buy a hosting and every other things. You may skip here because you have already bought your hosting. So go to the customer name here and click on my products, and you will see, and it will ask you for some survey questions here. You can just skip it, and it says that you have to verify your email address in order to avoid temporary hold on your site. So let's do that. I will pause the video and go to my email actually. Okay, now I have verified my email address, so I can go here to my products, and in this web hosting I can just click on manage, and I can set up a new cPanel. So cPanel is kind of a dashboard that you will find all the Linux server features inside, and we will use the cPanel to create our website. So it will ask for the specific domain, and if I have more than one, it will show up here. So I have just one now, travelersgifts.com. So it will ask me to choose a data center, and it's actually very important because if you choose another data center that other than you are supposed to, then afterwards changing it is actually hard, and GoDaddy will ask for an extra amount of money, like $20 or $30 something, for to change it. So I will direct to the North America consumers here. So I will choose the North America data center. If you will target Europe customers or Asian customers, you have to choose a data center in those areas. So after choosing your data center, you have to create a cPanel login name. You have to create a username, and you have to create a password to log into your cPanel. So I will choose a username, okay, and I will choose a password here. Username is actually not available, I think, so let's do this way. . . 。 . 。 . 。 . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . hit on next, and now it will ask if whether we want a WordPress website. So this is actually very important because we will indeed use WordPress. So WordPress is a very strong tool to create websites. It actually started as a blog theme or blog tool, whatever you may want to call it, a blog system, but it is now much more than that, and a significant amount of websites are actually built on WordPress right now in the whole internet. So we will use WordPress, and it will again ask us to create a WordPress username and a password. And this is rather important again because we will use this password and username to reach our WordPress admin dashboard, and if somebody else reaches that dashboard other than us, they may delete our website, they may change everything, they may access our files. So we have to make sure that we have a strong password and we have a strong username, and do not choose admin or administrator as your username. So click on finish. After clicking on finish, now GoDaddy will set up our cPanel account. So it will create a server and it will create a cPanel account for us. After that, we will just start to build our website in WordPress. So I will stop this lecture here, and after you see that your account is ready, we will click on Get Started and really get started with WordPress. Okay, now we are actually inside of our cPanel dashboard here, and you may see the features of our Linux server. So we have files, file manager, images, we have like some preferences in here. We have our databases, web applications. We can just change and add some domains in this section here. We have security software, and we can create emails from the section and everything. But first, we have to create our WordPress interface. So click on build a website and it will take us to the WordPress. So we will use a wizard here. So in the settings section, it will ask whether we will create a website or blog or an online store. So we will create an actually online store in this case. So as an industry, I will sell something to the travelers. So it may be about sports or travel, or I don't know. I think the travel and leisure fits the best in this case. So actually we can change the title and tagline later on, but I will just choose to do it here. I will say travelers gifts, and tagline, find the perfect gifts for travelers, for passionate travelers, maybe. So hit on continue, and it will ask contact information here. We can just say info at travelersgifts.com, and later on we will set up this email. You may choose to give your phone number, address, or any social media profile in here. I will just skip this options, and we will actually choose a theme for right now, but we can choose to change it later on. I will choose the storefront here, and it will direct me to a section where I can preview and choose the theme. So I will just choose storefront here, because I will later on show you how to select and change your themes once we have set our theme up. So after you select your theme, it will just set our WordPress interface for us, and it will take us to our administrator dashboard. And in admin dashboard, we will find some options to actually change everything related to our website, everything related to what users will see once they type travelersgifts.com on their Safaris or any other web browsers. And we will just manage our e-commerce store from there also. So I'm okay with any option right now, because we will deal with them later on. So I will click on close here. So we are finally ready with our WordPress dashboard, and we will immediately go on and see what are these sections here, what are the general layout of this dashboard, but we will do those things in the next lecture. So now we are actually in our WordPress dashboard, and this is where will we change everything related to our website from now on, and we can see what our website looks like from visiting website here, or we can just type travelersgifts.com actually to our browser. Okay, and now you can see that our website is actually open and live, and if somebody just types our website to his or her browser, it will just take them here. So this is our theme right now, storefront, and you can see that we have some products here, but they are not showing up, Actually, images don't even work. And we have like a most popular section here, and we have some pages here like about us. Let's try to go there and see if that works. Yes, it works. And we have something like contact us, and we have a contact section here and a contact form. Sweet. So we have a new section actually, and this is basically a blog. I think we can just post something about traveling in here for attracting people to our website, for instance. And we have an account section here where we can see our dashboard, orders, downloads, addresses, account details, and everything. So let's return to our dashboard, and in order to go to our dashboard, actually we can just click on this WordPress icon here, or we can type /wp dash admin like in here, and we can click on enter. And if we are not logged in, we can log in with our username and password that we have defined in the previous lectures, where we just set the WordPress section up. So in here we can change everything related to our website, as I stated before. So let me show you an example. You can see we have like some pages here, and we can access to those pages from pages section here. If you can go to all pages, you see we have about us, checkout, contact us, my account, news, and shop. So if I want to just edit about us section, I can go to the about us and click on edit, and it will take me to a page where I can edit, change the content of our page. So I can just delete those, and it says we love feedback, and you can use contact page in order to give us a feedback. So I will keep those sections, and I can say travelergifts.com is a unique shop where you can find perfect gifts for your traveler friends, relatives, or yourselves. Just start searching for your dream products and find your inspiration today. I can just change the basic attributes from here, like I can make this bold and italic, can just add a bulleted list. I think you are familiar with this kind of thing from emails or other stuff. I can just add a URL here, like I can say this is actually a URL for travelersgifts.com. And if the important thing in here is that if I hit on update here, it will just update my page. And if I go and click on About Us from here, I will see that the updated content in this page. So if I click on here, it will take me to the here. So our URL is working actually. So it's sweet. So you see that we can change the content and aspects of our website from our dashboard. So every aspect and every tool that we have seen here is actually due to the genius of WordPress tool. So WordPress just consists of all the elements you can see in here. So we have to actually set up our WooCommerce widget here. So it's actually a plugin. WooCommerce is a plugin that helps us to create our shop and display our products to the user, and we can just set up a price, we can control our shipping, we can create some accounts for users and everything. So it's just a module that will allow us to do all those things, and it's just come as a previously installed plugin because we have selected e-commerce website when we first set the WordPress up, but now we have to just say run the setup wizard and set our plugin up. So click on let's go and click on continue, and now we will choose our store in here. I said that I will choose the United States because I will base my e-store in United States, and I will target the United States consumers here. So product weights and dimensions should be in pounds and inches, and I can set my currency in here. So I will say that yes, I will be shipping physical goods. I may choose not to do so, but in this case, just I will choose to do it, and I will not charge a sales tax to my consumers. So cool thing here, you can just set some payments up by choosing them from here, and if you think that it's hard for you to set up an agreement with a bank to collect some money and credit card information from users, you can just choose to do it with PayPal actually, or you can use Stripe, and you can actually choose cash on delivery option in here. So click on continue after you are done with your payment section, and you may choose to give information to the WooCommerce developers, and you may choose not to do so, but now we are ready to set our WooCommerce and create our first product. So click on this button, and I will stop this lecture here and continue with the next one.